Hey guys, welcome to Soundwaves TV. Chasta here. We are calling this episode Calloween. You'll find out in just a couple minutes why, but I mean, obviously, look at me. It's our Halloween special. This week, it is our epic 90-minute Halloween episode with spooky music videos from Elettrodomestico, Gundacker, R.Ring, and much, much more. We'll welcome Dream Doom duo Callow to the studio, and we'll chat with Dylan from Union Jack and the Rippers. Dennis, Willis, and I were at the world premiere of the Queen movie Bohemian Rhapsody, and we got a chance to meet the stars of the film. Plus, Bay Area legend Creature Features John Stanley, Baby Huey, and the old school Soundwaves gang is back. The final episode of Season 1 is 90 minutes of creepy Halloween fun. Are you ready? This is Soundwaves TV. Welcome to Soundwaves TV.
Woo-hoo!
I think this is our Halloween extravaganza. Can you tell?
Nah, this is how we dress all the time when people
just,
aren't looking.
you know.
All those other things, those are our costumes.
Exactly. This is our normal day. I am Chasta, a.k.a. Lita Ford, guitarist, singer extraordinaire. Dennis, who are you?
You know, it's funny. I'm kind of an Axl Rose, Billy Idol, douchebag, rock and roll combination. He doesn't have a name.
If Billy and Axl had a
baby,
that's
right.
what this would look like.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, whoa, hey.
Whoa.
And I am the Dark Lord. How you doing, everybody?
Wow.
Not today, Satan. Not today.
Oh,
Nice,
the day's
nice.
just getting started, honey.
Stephen, join us. Now, you actually had to fly here today. Did you wear this on the plane? Because I really hope that's a yes.
Well, you know, I do have my private jet.
Outstanding.
Beelzebub Airlines.
Flight number 666, right?
Of course.
Of
Oh,
course.
yeah.
Of
Exactly.
course.
Exactly.
So,
Nice.
obviously, our Halloween special, unfortunately, our last show of the season.
It is brought to you by and featured at Longboard Margarita
Bar in Pacifica.
And just a little behind the scenes for you. We shot this show on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if it's Sunday that we finished
Yeah,
it.
if you're actually watching this on Sunday, congratulations. Dennis actually pulled a rabbit out of his hat.
Seriously, you guys, we've been so organized all season until right now. This episode, we were far more concerned about the costumes than anything else. So we have given Dennis like 3 days to make this happen and edit it. So if you're watching it, then we did it.
But you know what's really cool about
Yeah.
that is that right now as we speak, because this is practically in real time,
Yes.
come down to the Longboard Margarita Bar because the entire place
Yes.
is decked out in Halloween awesomeness.
It really
so
is
like
cool.
we're in this corner, but the whole bar, both levels, is tricked out.
Oh, yeah, I mean, this is like going into a haunted house kind of thing with
is.
alcohol.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. Because
That's a great combination.
There is.
I love it.
I've spent all kinds of money here. Yeah, no, I mean,
Nice.
because there's animatronics in here, and there's smoke
Yes.
machines, and there's ghouls and goblins in front of and behind the bar. It's awesome. I love this place.
She's going to keep you around if you're not careful.
I know,
You're very
I know.
convincing.
Steve disappeared behind the set here when we were getting ready to shoot in Chasta. I heard this line, like every now and again, part of a conversation jumps out at you, and I heard, "Is that smoke coming out of his butt?" And I'm like, well, that actually happens when Steve crawls around on a set. So
It's a Satan thing.
It's a
no, it's a Steve
Do
thing.
you smell fire and brimstone?
I know, right? You're bringing the smoke up from the depths of hell with you.
Exactly.
Yeah, it depends on what I had for lunch. Yeah.
I was wondering what the smell was.
All right, moving on.
Yeah. Anyhow, all right.
Because
What do we have going
we
on
haven't
here?
bothered memorizing
I
the
know.
script
Hit
yet,
us,
but
hit us, yeah.
oh, this is cool. So this is an animated video that's not exactly safe for work. By the way, a little warning. This is our Halloween episode.
Yeah.
If you saw the opening credits, you know that we're not going to hold back. So this is like your R-rated version of the Soundwaves Halloween. This ain't a Charlie Brown Halloween, okay? Just to let you know.
Obviously.
Just to let you know. So we're going to set the tone with this video, and it's a little creepy and it's a little violent and it's animated, which I always find a wonderful combination. And it's by a band called R.Ring. This is Kelly Deal from The Breeders and Mike Montgomery from Ampline. and it's awesome.
And it's on Soundwaves TV.
I'm sorry, make it cruel, make it count. Gotta shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Gotta, oh no, I am sorry, make it cruel, make it count. Gotta watch your mouth.
You got the notion, emotion, conclusion that will set us free. It takes us closer and closer. The human now we wanna be. Imperfection was a strife we couldn't handle, but we tried it all. Tried it all, like the sound before the countdown. Illusion of emotion, now we wake up and not let it fall. Breaking the spell, the appearance of perfection. It's time to open up the shell, trace the hidden spell into my breakdown. It's my countdown. We're gonna shoot it like a gun, hit and then we run into my breakdown. It's my countdown.
Give my injection, the poison.
Let's believe that's all I need. I can't describe it. The picture was too sharp, we couldn't get it off. No, a description or prescription I can handle, but I tried it all. One exception or recession to the countdown. From the notion of the motion, I will wake up and I'm already gone. Breaking my shell, I initiate this option.
It's time to open up the shell, trace the hidden spell into my breakdown. It's my countdown. We're gonna shoot it like a gun, hit and then we run into my breakdown. It's my countdown.
Vanity is my profession. Follow my lane, letting it fade, my seduction. I count down, that's just my obsession. Tell me stop the deception. My addiction.
The pressure to be a slave for what I trace. I force it higher and higher. The jaws I need to inhale. Oh yeah.
I wanna swim
right, you guys, it is time for your Soundwaves TV social media spotlight. If you can even take us seriously in all of this.
Why not?
Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and most importantly, our secret private Facebook group.
Right, exactly.
Soundwaves. Yeah.
Not Soundwaves TV.
That's public, Soundwaves TV.
And that's where we get to swear and we get to express ourselves and we share cool behind-the-scenes looks at what's going on. And it's distinguishable because there's a picture of Steve Kirk flipping us the bird in the image, and we always have to talk about it. But I mean, he's here.
No,
so,
hang on a second, because here's the thing: we don't want people to miss out on this.
Right,
so that way,
right.
this is your visual cue.
Yes.
If you know that if you've searched Soundwaves on Facebook and you see this.
No, wait, hold on. I got to do mine. Right? Okay, that's kind of what it looks like.
That's us.
That's it. You found us.
That's me in a nutshell.
Yeah. Which, by the way, my mama added herself to the group today.
I did see
you
that.
You saw that? And I was like,
that.
oh,
I'm like,
crap.
oh, boy. Yeah.
I'm like, Satan's in the group, just so you know,
Yeah,
Mom. Probably should have prefaced that.
So Steve asked me when that happened, he's like,
Yeah.
are we going to have to like hold back now that Chasta's mom is in the group? I'm like, no.
My mom's cool.
No.
Yeah, she's fine with it all.
No.
I mean, obviously.
Didn't you say she was going to wear leopard pants to Ozzy?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, my
Ooh,
mom,
that's nice.
she owns
Yeah,
leopard pants. So, yeah,
Nice.
she's a hottie. She's a cougar, as we call it. All right, we have a lot of coming up. John Stanley, Creature Features. Did I say that backwards?
Okay. Wow.
I think the smoke juice is getting to her
Here's
here.
the thing. You guys have had beers. I haven't. I have no excuse. Anyway,
What she meant to say was John Stanley from Creature Features.
I said John
Continue.
Staley.
You said John
from
Staley.
Feature.
John
You know
Staley from
why?
Feature Creatures.
No. Joe Staley is a 49er who I interview every single week on The Bone.
And he's
So
got his own show called Feature
I
Creatures.
just,
John's going to forget his own name.
so I just combined the two. That was hilarious. Anyways, he's awesome. True
Right.
story. Baby
Who,
Huey.
John
they
Staley
both
or
are
John
awesome.
Stanley? Are they both awesome?
Stop it, Satan. They're awesome. Baby Huey's coming up. Who else do we have? We have Dylan from Union Jack and the Rippers.
And Callow.
And
We had
Callow.
a great interview with Callow, who has a really cool, creepy music video that we'll see. But we had them in the studio at Green Room Music Center where
Yeah.
we usually shoot the show.
And I don't have on this wig.
No,
Did you know this is a
unfortunately.
wig?
We're going to have to make this change for season 2. I'm just saying. Like, it's got to stay. It's gotta
We're
stay.
keeping,
We've
keeping
done-
the studded bra and the wig.
We've done the research, and this is the look
Yeah.
that we have to go for.
The demographics
your,
say
yeah, your
that-
cue
that,
just
you
went
know.
up to the roof.
All
there.
right, well, if this is staying, then these are staying. I'm just saying,
okay
especially
with that.
Satan.
I'm all right
You're
with that.
burning the place down. You're so hot right now. Look at this.
I can't help it.
Hey, can I tell you my theory? Like, wearing all this stuff, here's my theory about Slash. I don't think he looks the way he looks. I think he puts this shit on.
Yeah.
And then, like, takes it off, and he's, like, probably bald.
And he looks like
and
Uncle
puts on
Bob or
glasses
something.
And, you know, can
Totally.
shop at Safeway. Right? I think that whole Slash thing is just something he puts on his head.
I think you could be onto something.
Right?
Yeah,
Like,
true story.
prove me wrong,
Yeah.
Slash.
Yeah.
Anyway, so a couple of weeks ago, we did something really awesome. We
Yes.
went to the Castro Theater for the world premiere of Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, such a great film. The new film about Queen, I'm
It
sure
is
you
a
know.
lot of fun.
Yeah.
I have opinions about it, but that said,
I know.
it was
know.
a unique experience.
Well, you're the movie critic.
I
though,
have to
so,
have opinions.
yeah,
He's a movie
yeah.
critic. He's the Soundwaves sound master.
Exactly.
Oddly enough, he has an opinion about the film
Yeah, I know.
that I'll be more than happy to share with you if you go to Soundwaves, the Facebook group.
I
Yes.
will share my opinion there, actually.
Yeah.
But they put us in this line. So what you're about to see, this is the official thing, but a little behind the scenes is that when you do a red carpet, everybody's kind of spread out a little bit. We were like on top of each other. Like the signs were
I was
like.
literally sitting on your shoulder, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
unreal.
And then Baby Huey steps up, and I had
Yeah.
to climb on his shoulders. It was a thing. It was a thing.
It was a thing. But we accomplished what we needed to accomplish.
Did you swoon a little bit when you talked to Rami?
I gotta tell you.
Yeah.
Rami Malek, like seeing him, on screen, I'm like, oh, he's a good-looking fella. But in person,
Oh, yeah.
he's hypnotizing.
No, he made me swoon a little bit.
Right?
I mean,
It's a whole thing.
Yeah,
I
it
was
is.
like,
It is.
he's like,
Dennis
got
will
this.
also discuss that with you when you go to the Soundwaves group on Facebook.
Exactly. And in this regalia, I have questions all around. But he is very swoony.
We'll talk about that after
yeah.
the show. No, he was. He was.
Hashtag swoony.
Yeah.
And he's fantastic as Freddy. He really is. Whatever the film's got going on, it's
He's
just all
good.
over it.
He's
yeah.
great.
So
Yeah.
check this out.
Yeah.
This is a brief glimpse at our experience a couple of weeks ago for Bohemian Rhapsody.
Hashtag swoony.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide. No escape from reality.
Hey everybody, Dennis Willis here at the Castro Theater for the world premiere of Bohemian Rhapsody. This is the Queen biopic that's been long in the works, decades even. And in just a moment, we're going to visit with the cast. It's going to get crazy up in here, and something tells me it's just the way Freddie would like it.
So Killer Queens, the one and only female tribute band in the entire world, is that right?
That is correct.
So what happens if another group of girls come up and they're like, hey, we're here, what do you do?
Well, then we have to be the first all-female tribute to Queen.
Or you get in the cage.
Mud wrestling. It's mud wrestling.
So now what?
This is when the operatic section comes in.
Oh, the operatic section, yeah.
He was amazing. He was so supportive from day one. I mean, he came and met us in rehearsals when we'd only been rehearsing for a week, and he walked in the door and we were terrified that, you know, he was going to be there, but he came straight up to us, gave me a massive bear hug, and from that moment I was like, okay, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. We had his blessing and his support, and that meant a lot. When we were doing we started the whole shoot with Live Aid, and we had like studied it meticulously, that performance, because, you know, we felt it's such a recognizable concert, we had to get it right. So at the end of the first run-through, the first rehearsal we had, Brian May was watching, and he came up to me and said, no, it's very, very good. You know, you've got it very accurate. All the physicality is very good. But don't forget, I'm a rock star. And I was like, good point.
So this is Queen. And you must be Freddie Mercury.
You're a legend, Fred. We're all legends.
When I was 18 years old, I saw Live Aid live on TV, and I'd never seen a moment like it. That Queen performance. How daunting was that moment for you as an actor?
Yeah, well, it was our first day of shooting. There were two concerts we wanted to emulate very specifically. There was Killer Queen at Top of the Pops, you know, when he's got that fur coat on.
Sure.
But that was a 22-minute set. Even John Deacon moving his head to the left, that should match up pretty appropriately to what happened in the concert. Now, all right! What I love about the man is that, you know, he never allowed himself to be, you know, categorized or boxed into any one thing. He's unique in that way, where he's like, listen, what I get to do is make music, share it with you, and that's what I'm gonna stand up here and experience. The relationship we're gonna have with this music. We're all doing this together, and that's all he really cared about. It wasn't about labels. It wasn't about being this or that. You know, he's a revolutionary in that way.
It goes on forever, 6 bloody minutes.
I pity your wife if you think 6 minutes is forever.
Sing it! We will rock you! Yeah! Come on! Secret mission, try to find me everywhere. crude, way shrewd. I'm screwed. She strikes, she bites, she's out tonight. My pain brings her sweet delight. I just can't seem to let her go. Take a bite out of this snake, baby. She's been venom. Wanna play the game. She's been venom. Driving me insane. She's been venom. Wanna play the game. She's been venom. Driving me insane. She's driving me insane. Pleasure from your, pleasure from your, pleasure from your pain.
Can you feature that awful creature? Can you feature that ugly creature?
Hey everybody, welcome back to Soundwaves TV. We're here with the legendary, the man, the myth, the legend, John Stanley.
There he is, kids. You know, the thing is, though, Dennis, we've been talking to John for what? How many years? Like 20 years or something like that?
At least 20 years.
Yeah, I mean, Chasta's new to the game. She's new to meeting John and everything. I think you and I should just turn it over and let them handle it.
But I mean, it's
together.
like a Soundwaves tradition that we talk to John.
Get out of here. Just, I got it. I got this.
Dennis, listen to me. I want you to come and have a beer with me, Dennis.
Oh, well, hey, I mean, look at the time. You guys have this. Take it from here.
We'll have
I
our
think
beer
he
later.
needs a beer, not a beer.
John Stanley, what a wonderful conversation we've actually been having before we were rolling here. We've been talking for a while, getting to
it's
know
been
one
great.
another. It has been great.
Yes,
I could talk to you all day long. So you guys, I'm sure, know John Stanley, host of Creature Features for years now. The guys were joking because I did not grow up here, so I wasn't aware of Creature Features. I'm from Oklahoma. I don't know if I told you that
How
yet
lucky
or not.
you are.
Yeah. So I'm hearing all your amazing stories. So let's go back and talk about your timeline just a little bit so everyone gets, a reference point. So you did Creature Features in what years?
Creature Features started in the San Francisco Bay Area in 1971.
Okay.
At that time, I was a writer, entertainment writer at the San Francisco Chronicle.
Yes.
I specialized in covering movies and television.
Yeah.
And Bob Wilkins was the first to do the show there in 1971.
Yeah.
That's when it all started. And unlike other horror hosts across the country, Bob just came in dressed as himself in a suit and tie, sometimes a short sleeve shirt or something.
Yeah.
And often made jokes about how terrible the movie you're about to see. And he'd take out a copy of TV Guide and he would tell you what was on other channels in the same time slot.
Give you other options. That's
Give
great.
go find something else much better than me. Absolutely.
Very endearing.
Yes.
I love that.
And I did the show after he left until it was 14 years old. And finally, Channel 2, one of the most successful independent stations in the San Francisco Bay Area at that time, decided to drop the show. They didn't like the horror quality of the current films that were coming into syndication.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They were too gory. They were too bloody.
I understand that. The classics were far more, in my opinion, creative.
Yeah.
You had to, really use your imagination with that kind of stuff. Now it's very in your face.
Absolutely. In fact, the horror host concept really began in 1957 when Universal finally released all of their old Frankenstein and Dracula
The good
and Mummy
stuff.
movies.
Yeah.
All the old stuff. And so all of the independent stations would find someone to portray a character.
Right.
And then on Saturday night, introduce all of these old films.
Yeah.
And it became a trend all across America.
Yeah.
But I'm always glad that Bob Wilkins did not become a character. He just played
He
himself.
just did him, yeah.
Because when I replaced him, at his request, by the way, he's the one who wanted me to come in and do it. We were old friends.
Yeah.
Because I'd been a guest on the show quite often.
Yeah.
Anyway, it all worked out.
Mailbag!
Whoa! Ho, ho, ho.
I have something for you.
You?
Hey, he is a male.
Oh my gosh.
Are you a bag?
That was the most holy. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scream in your ear. I really, that scared the absolute bejesus out of me.
I jumped a little too.
Wow. Okay, so this is our mailbag. This is when they pop in, obviously, a little overzealous there, the devil, with a question. I never know what's coming, so you obviously don't know what's coming either.
No.
So what was the scariest movie that you ever saw?
Well, I have to go back to when I was 11 years old. Up to that time, there weren't a lot of horror and science fiction movies being made. It was a new trend that came in the wake of the discovery of UFOs, flying saucers, and that sort of thing. And so the film that most affected me was in 1951. I was 11 years old, and it was called The Thing from Another World. And the star, as it turned out, was James Arness, who was going to become Matt Dillon on Gunsmoke a few years later. But
I have to go back and watch this movie now.
Oh, when he comes through the door, he's this big, tall, terrifying-looking character. But one of the things that really added to the suspense of the movie was the music by Miklos Rocha.
Yes.
He used a device called a theremin, which creates these eerie, weird sounds. And I never forgot those sounds. In fact, you can go back and see some of Alfred Hitchcock's films, and he'd use that same effect in those films. So that was a memorable moment. The next film I saw that became one of my all-time favorites was The Day the Earth Stood Still, when Patricia Neal is trapped inside the flying saucer.
Yeah.
And here comes the robot. Oh, my God. And the look on her face captured total terror.
Yes, absolutely.
And I
just like my face a few moments ago when the devil gave me a heart attack.
When he jumped out, it was the same.
Same face. You know, I want to mention very quickly about the music you were talking about, because that's how my dad taught me how to watch scary films. He said, when you're ever super scared, mute it. And that music goes away, those creepy sound goes away, and you can calm down a little bit, and then, go back to watch it. So that was like a life lesson when I was a little girl.
I had never thought of that.
And it worked.
Fascinating.
Yeah, and I've always loved scary movies. So you have some incredible stories. I know that you have written some books. We were just talking about your Hollywood days. You have interviewed some of the most iconic people in Hollywood ever. Can you very quickly tell your Lucille Ball story? Because that one really just kind of blew me away.
Well, Lucille Ball was making a television show with Jackie Gleason. And I just happened to be in Los Angeles. I was interviewing Lawrence Welk and some other celebrities.
You know what I mean?
And my contact at CBS called me and said, there's going to be a meeting of some great celebrities tonight. Go to this. I can't tell you over the phone. I don't want to spoil it. But go to this address in Beverly Hills. So my wife and I did, and it was the home of Lucille Ball. And Jackie Gleason showed up.
Wow.
Art Carney was there making a Dog That Saved Hollywood movie. That was a big failure at the box office. Anyway, after everybody left and went home on a bus, because I had driven there separately, my wife and I asked Lucy if she could tell me about how Star Trek developed at the studio, because Desilu was run by her after her divorce from Desi Arnaz. Yes. And she said one day, March of 1966, she got a phone call from NBC. They loved the pilot. There was a second pilot they had made, and they wanted to premiere the show September 1966. But, Lucy, we need a green light. We need a promise from you that you'll produce the show.
Yeah.
So Lucy called an emergency meeting. She's all excited. She's happy. And she tells them they're going to run Star Trek, NBC. Suddenly, wait a minute, Lucy. Gene Roddenberry spends too much money. He'll bankrupt this studio. And everybody else had something negative to say about the making of the show.
Yeah.
So Lucy leaned back, and she suddenly remembered that in 1939, this Desilu studio was RKO, where she was a contract player making a lot of movies at that time.
Right.
She came to work one day to be told, contract is up and we're not going to renew it.
Yeah.
And she fell into a state of depression.
Yeah.
And she leaned back and thought, that state of depression, is this how Gene Roddenberry and Leonard Nimoy and William Shatner are going to feel?
Yeah.
I don't want them to feel that. So she picked up the phone, she called NBC and gave them the green light.
Yes, Lucille.
And the show, the rest is history.
And the rest is history.
The rest is
Fantastic,
history.
John.
Yeah.
See, everyone loved it. We got applause from the studio audience there.
Where do those people come from?
I know. I am
they
a lover.
corpses?
Yes, they are. I'm a lover of all things Hollywood. I could talk to you forever and ever, just for selfish stories. But thank you so much for coming on with us.
Thank you.
I'm so such a pleasure to meet you.
It's been wonderful.
And you guys, he thought I was a natural blonde. How cute is that? I'm Lita Ford, by the way. We forgot to mention that.
What about my hair? Is
Your
it
hair
natural?
is so much. It is natural.
I don't know.
Thank you for taking the time. Truly.
Thank you, dear.
You guys are watching
Thank you.
Soundwaves TV. We'll be right back.
And creature features, and more creatures, and more features.
Hey guys, welcome back to Soundwaves TV. Chasta, aka Lita Ford.
A rocker douchebag guy, otherwise known as Dennis.
And
You got to be more specific.
I know.
He's always a rocker douchebag guy, though. So
You
with
re-
hair.
You remind me of when you go to
Right,
like Party
that's the
City
distinction.
and they can't get the rights to name it what it is, so then they just like have a horrible name for it. You're a douchebag rocker.
Axl Rosenberg.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's who you are, Axl Rosenberg.
And me, of course, I'm that devil on your shoulder. Once again, typecasting. We've got to come up with something different. but
Actually,
that's just
earlier
me.
between takes, Steve and I were talking, and I said, I should be in the middle because she represents the angel on my shoulder, giving me, nice
Yes.
input. And this guy is always getting me into some shit.
That
For
is
35
true.
years.
Yeah.
That is true. You actually should be in the middle. This is like real life right now.
Right.
It is. So season 1, we're done now. I'm actually kind of sad, but we're coming back. Don't you
Yeah,
worry.
don't freak out or
We
anything.
didn't cancel ourselves.
No.
Season 2 is happening.
No, but 16 episodes straight was a bit of a just sprint.
A marathon.
It was a bit of a marathon. It was,
Yeah.
but what a thrill. And
my
and
God.
for me, like Steve and I did this show a million years ago, and we
Yeah.
brought it back after 10 years. We've told you all about that. I honestly had no idea what to expect. I knew we were going to do a show. I knew we were going to have fun.
Yeah.
And the last thing we think of is who's going to be out there watching.
Yeah.
And every Sunday night, like those numbers ping and people are
I
commenting
know.
and I love this video and check this out. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Like we became a very small part of that incredible music community that's going on out there. And my heart swells. I'm just like,
Me
oh my
too.
God, we
You know,
got...
I mean, I'll say it now.
You
I'm
know.
pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I really didn't know where it was going to go.
I was going to ask, what were your expectations when we started this again?
Don't ask him that question. He
Okay.
never has anything.
I knew what the expectations were going to be going into it because of the big production and that we were really, all of us, working hard at it and all that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. But the fact that we always put out a quality product, that I'm not worried about. But
Right.
the fact that everybody's getting on board and participating in the process, that's the awesome part.
I hate to get all smushy, but it feels like we're really building a Soundwaves family and a community. I mean, I talk about on the bone that it's my bonehead family, and now I feel like I've joined forces with that and this, and really supporting, and this more than anything because we have control,
Right.
here, and we can do what
Yeah.
we want, we can support what we want, and it's just ours. It's ours, and it's been so awesome, and it took off like a rocket, which is awesome, but we'll be frank, you're seeing behind the curtains right now. It sort of behind the scenes was like, oh boy. Like, okay, we have so much to do.
I know.
Who's going to do it? How are we going to pull this
Right.
off? People are expecting this like every Sunday now, and it really took off without us even realizing how it would, and that's
Yeah.
the best, problem you can have. So
Absolutely.
Thank
Yeah.
you guys so much for letting me do this.
You kidding me?
It's been insane. Obviously. So can we make this a tradition every year that we
Oh,
wrap
yeah.
with the
Oh,
Halloween
totally.
show?
I think that's great.
Yeah. So season 2
Loving it.
will be coming back. We'll let you know. Of course, follow us on all the social media platforms, and we'll, let you know when that date is. And we'll be doing stuff intermittently
Oh, what
between
you mean?
now and
Oh,
then.
I don't know. You mean like Soundwaves Christmas?
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Soundwaves Christmas is next, obviously. But you guys have always continued that
Right.
for all
Yeah.
these years.
Yeah.
So that never went anywhere. So that'll be next, and then season 2 as well. All right. Are we ready to go to Callow?
We are indeed.
I think that's a great idea.
All right, so it might be a little shocking, but I don't have my blonde wig on in Callow in the interview, but we do have a video. Moth Dust is their new album. It's out right
That's
now.
right.
Check it out, Callow, here on Soundwaves TV. Hey guys, Chasta here. You're watching Soundwaves TV. I have the members of Callow, Red and Sammy. How you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. I have fallen in love with your band. Now, you guys have been around for a long time, but you're new to my world, introduced by our producer, Dennis. You guys are absolutely phenomenal and just totally my speed. Can you give kind of a elevator pitch or a description about your band?
Well, we call it Dream Doom.
Dream Doom.
Yeah.
I was going to say avant-garde.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dark folk.
Folk noir, whatever.
Folk noir, dark folk.
It was a fan actually that called it Dream Doom on we were
Which we
playing like a
like.
house show,
I
and he
love that.
called it that on the poster, and we're like,
Is Dream Doom like a thing? Or is that just your genre alone?
Yeah, it's kind of, we just kind of made it up, but I think it's kind of a thing. It's, doom is a thing. Dream gaze is a thing.
Right.
Maybe you should copyright it, though.
I think Dream Doom should be our thing.
I think I
take
think
it.
you should own it.
Yeah.
Copyright it. Get on that yesterday. Yeah, it's very. I think it was the Chronicle called you guys avant-garde. It's very dark and dreamy and sort of darkly whimsical. Your videos are very, the imagery I just love. I'm a huge fan of Tool.
Cool.
And it was the first thing I thought of.
right on.
Yeah, I don't know if that's
Awesome.
what you
Love
were,
Tool.
like, that's an inspiration or not, but.
Not in particular, but yeah, it's a compliment.
But yeah, now that you mention it,
Yeah,
Tool's awesome.
Well, because Tool is so much about their imagery, you
Right.
know, and it goes so, I mean, with filmmaking in their, you know, wheelhouse, it goes so much with their music. And I feel like you guys have really done a beautiful job of marrying your music with your imagery. I hate that people call it branding now. You've branded yourself, but you really, I know,
Yeah.
you know, that's the term, but you guys have done that for forever. And it's so beautifully and seamlessly done with you guys. Who does all the imagery part? Is that from your brains as well?
Yeah, I mean, the direction comes from us, but, you know, a lot of, like, the videos were done by Jordan Perkins Lewis, and all of the new, like, the album cover, all that was done by
Josham.
Yeah, who's up
it's
in the
kind of-
Northwest.
Yeah, it's always been kind of collaborative, but like our sort of vision and like what, you know, our direction, but we've always brought in other artists. And
talking technical stuff, because I'm watching some of these videos, I'm like, how did they get that shot? Like, do you, like, there's a video, and they run together in my brain right now, but there's a video where you've got like a crazy tanker, you know, in the water, and you're getting all these crazy shots. Like, who's getting those? Where is that coming from?
Some of that's just free, you know, you can use it
I
for
wondered
free.
about that.
And,
I'm like, that is-
and Jordan kind of
He collected
collected a
that
lot of
stuff.
that, and then,
So
yeah, puts it together. And
But the way you
that
put it
video
together.
was cool, yeah, because we were playing a show in Seattle, and a film crew was there, and they filmed our show, and we gave the footage to Jordan, and he was just able to kind of like make it look.
It's so
yeah,
good.
he just incorporated
we were on
video
the
that we had
boat. I don't-
taken with.
It's so high end. Like, it's so insane. It looks like a movie.
He does a good job, yeah.
It gave me agita, because there's part of it where the water is filling in, and I'm like I feel like I can't breathe. It's so good. It's so, yeah, you guys are phenomenal. So we have to touch on the fact, just because it's kind of a come full circle. Green Room Music Center is where we film Soundwaves TV. It's located in Pacifica. Your story kind of came out of Pacifica, out of P-Town.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, so
kinda
you
did.
guys met here?
Yeah, we met in San Francisco at a party, and I was living here, and then
I was in San Francisco at the
she
time.
was in San Francisco at the time, and then
I moved in with him like a couple of years later. I don't
Yeah.
know.
because it's a great place.
Oh, yeah,
Love it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's cool.
so you lived here for how long in Pacifica?
I was here 4 years. She was here 2 or 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can thank the town of Pacifica for the band Callow. I
Yeah.
think that's fair to say.
We did start here.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Officially, we probably didn't, but we basically did.
We'll say it's a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just like we're now owning Dream Doom for you guys.
Awesome.
Done. All right, we are going to play a video of yours. What's the name of the video?
Always about the ones who have it all.
Okay, this video is so good, and it's involving baby dolls and burning trees and all kinds of really good stuff. Check it out. It's Callow here on Soundwaves TV. We'll be back with more from these guys in a couple. So did I tell you that was a little intense or what? Video from Callow. We got to talk about this video because when I saw it the first time, I was a little creeped out.
Good. That's good.
Right? Is that what you were going for?
Yeah.
You're like, mission
sure.
accomplished. Because I have a couple fears. Clowns, number 1. Baby dolls, especially ones without eyes, right there at number 2. So let's talk about the inspiration for this video.
Well, we just wanted it to be spooky and dark.
Well,
we wanted it to be
yeah,
scary,
that was- yeah.
and we wanted it to be felt. So-
That's exactly what it is.
The visceral, like, sort of terror, I think,
But it's very low key terror. It's like very
Yeah.
like it's horror. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's different. It's like it's not. And nothing you guys do is like gory or anything like that.
No.
It's like it's just like I mentioned in the first segment with Tool. It's very like understated creep factor where it really starts to make you think and I think get in your psyche a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like spooky.
A little spooky,
Yeah.
the undertone of spookiness.
Which is kind of your
Rather than,
music vibe too. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, haunting is
It's
really
haunting.
like
That is the word I'm looking for.
thing.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we get that quite a bit.
Haunting, yes, which is a compliment because
Yeah.
I love all things
Yeah.
spooky and haunting.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's,
Except I don't get that close to baby dolls, but
especially ones with snakes.
dude,
crawling
the
in it.
snake coming out of the eye. Oh hell no! No, don't ever put a clown in your video. That's all I ask.
We might have to.
Or if it
Now
is,
that you
just make it a
mention
dead clown. Is that? Can we?
that would be better.
Can we? Yeah,
probably.
perfect. If we can agree on a dead clown, I'm totally in.
Yeah.
just for you.
Just
Yeah, I know,
black and
thank
white.
you. Yeah, exactly. So the burning trees and all that whatnot, is it CGI? Is that goes back to some of that video you were talking about? that
Some
you
of it
guys
I
have
think
done?
is CGI, and
Yeah.
some of it is real
It's-
video that he collected. But yeah.
It's fascinating. You guys do the all the sensory stuff very, very well. So
Thank
what's
you.
next for Callow? What are you guys doing next? You've been around for a while, right?
Yes.
10 years ish.
8 or 9 years,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
09 is when we started.
Yeah. Okay. So for your 10th anniversary, what are you gonna do?
Well, we have a new album coming out, Moth Dust, and we're gonna tour next year.
Nice.
As much as
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have
we'll see.
2 or 3 tours set up for or planned for next year, and then hopefully we can do some other stuff like Europe and
Yeah.
Canada. Hopefully, we've been to Canada a couple times, and we want to go back there.
We have to talk about a couple interesting things. First of all, you guys are together for real in real life as in a couple. What's it like being in a band together? Is that like if you get in a fight, is band
intense.
rehearsal not happen?
Yeah, it just ends.
Band rehearsal
yeah,
canceled.
that's over.
Yeah, I mean
it's
it's
intense.
It's an emotional thing, but I think what we're writing is emotional, so a lot of that probably comes through.
I was gonna say it's almost like built-in therapy.
It
a way.
kind of is.
For
It's an
sure.
expression.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Once you kind of get over a fight, maybe then you can come back together and like write it into your dream doom.
Yeah, totally. I think a lot of it probably is written in there.
Yeah.
Even if we don't know it. I
Right.
think,
Subconsciously almost.
yeah,
right?
because we're writing about despair and sorrow and all that, and sometimes that just comes in, so that's going to feed the songwriting.
Feed the beast, yeah. And you guys live in your trailer that you toured in, right?
Yes.
That is so awesome. So the trailer, I guess, is retired and it's your home base now.
Yeah.
It's retired.
Okay, so
It's
you
home
live on
now.
someone's property, you watch their property, and you live in the trailer.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
And what trailer or how do we tour now? What's the?
Just in a van.
Oh, just in a van.
Yeah, and we
The
just
good
crash at people's
old-fashioned
places
way.
or
That's
motels.
how it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, this drum case that we're sitting on was my husband's drum case, and that's what they did.
Yeah.
They just went all 50 states and found
This thing's
somebody that would
huge.
take them in. I know
Yep.
it is huge.
That's
Can you imagine
great.
huffing that up the stairs all the time?
Yeah, I hope it has wheels.
It's nice to have all the drums in one place, though. I'm kinda
Exactly.
jealous.
I know.
Yeah.
Now we just put our butts on it for Soundwaves TV. It's lived quite a life. Well, I love your band. Truly, from my heart, you guys are really, really great.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank you.
so glad that I found you guys or that Dennis turned me on to you. I'm excited to see everything that's going on. Moth Dust, where can
Yes.
everyone find you online, your website, social, all the things?
So callow.bandcamp.com is where they can order the album anytime. It's going to be on vinyl also. And callowmusic.com is our website. At Callow Music, social media.
Pretty easy to find.
Yeah, pretty easy to find.
Check them out. If you like creepy, spooky horror things and dream doom, copyright it. I'm telling you right
I know.
now.
How do we do that?
I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll now become your manager. I'll help you on that. All right, you guys, check them out. Callow, you are watching Soundwaves TV. Thanks for being there, guys.
Thanks
you.
for having
Thanks
us.
for having us.
Hey guys, it's Chasta here. Welcome back to Soundwaves TV. I'm so excited to have one of my favorite local rock stars in the building. He's actually family, kinda. We'll tell you that story in a couple minutes. I call him Uncle Dylan. It's Dylan from Union Jack and the Rippers. Thank you so much for coming to Soundwaves TV.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm honored.
So Union Jack and the Rippers, awesome cover. Is it cover band tribute? It's tribute band. Cover
I think it's tribute to an era.
Yeah.
We play covers. We don't cover just one band. It's sort of a whole era.
So talk about that, because I think you guys are doing something that not a whole lot of bands do. It's not to one specific, band. You guys really cover a moment in metal. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, so tell us about that.
We focus, which sort of started out, primary goal was a new wave of British heavy metal band.
Yeah.
It was a brainchild of our guitar player, Kiyoshi Morgan.
Yes.
And
who, by the way, can we just stop down and say, looks exactly like Eddie Van Halen in like his glory days?
We
does.
We affectionately call him our own Jakey Lee.
He is like Jakey Lee, yeah.
But yeah, he definitely
he
resembles
looks
a
like
young
it,
Eddie.
like just physically, he looks like a young Eddie. Anyway, go ahead.
does.
That was striking to me when I saw him on stage for the first time.
So it was his brainchild. So we pulled together some folks and we said, let's do a new wave of British heavy metal tribute to that era.
Yeah.
Late 70s, early 80s. We've evolved a little bit. We've done, we do Dio era Sabbath as well as like Accept, who's not a British metal band, but yeah. So that's the primary focus. Maiden, Priest, Saxon, Accept, bands from that era.
For metal fans, all the songs that you love with all your heart and you want to sing at the top of your lungs, going to see Union Jack and the Rippers is so much fun because everyone wants to sing along, and it's just really, it's such a great time, and you're an insane singer. So good. No, it's true. So I have to explain to you guys why I call him my Uncle Dylan. So Baby Huey and I do Facebook Live on the Bones Facebook page twice a week, and you came on there, and I didn't know you. Did Huey know you before that? I don't remember.
We've been friends for a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, so he knew you. I hadn't known you yet, but you said you were with Union Jack and the Rippers on Facebook Live on one of the comments, and that made him think about Full House, because he's actually a bigger fan of Full House than I am, which I don't know if he should admit that or not.
Everybody should admit
but Uncle Jesse had a band, Uncle Jesse and the Rippers.
Right.
So of course that immediately made him think of Uncle Jesse. So then that sort of evolved into you becoming Uncle Dylan. And I reference that on the air. I reference it on Facebook Live. And I think now our listeners actually think you are my uncle, which is ridiculous because you're not anywhere near old enough to be my uncle.
Well, I'm getting pretty close.
But I've adopted you into the family.
That's great. Glad to be a part of it.
So you've done Union Jack for how long now?
I think we're going on 2.5 years now.
Okay.
Something to that effect.
But you did some original stuff before that. Fantastic stuff. Talk about that a little bit.
Last band before Union Jack was original. It was a hard rock band, Shotgun Harlot.
That's where I first realized who you were. Like, I put two and two together. I didn't know that was you back in the day, but I loved that band, which is funny.
Thank you very much.
Thanks to social media, you can make all these connections now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We're all sort of interconnected. I think we had done shows with your husband.
You had, yeah,
with State Line
exactly.
Empire.
Right, yeah.
And before Shotgun Harlot, Moto Groove, and then a few different metal bands, Sarcoma, Outrage.
That's awesome.
Various bands.
So we've talked about on Soundwaves TV, we've interviewed cover bands and whatnot, and obviously a lot of original bands. Where does your heart lie when it comes to covers and originals? Like, how do you bridge that gap? Do you miss doing originals? Is that something that you want to go back to?
I'd love to do it. It really comes down to the motivation. Right now, I love what we're doing with Union Jack. The crowds love it enough to where that keeps us going, so we're obviously doing something right.
Yeah.
So the feedback is positive. I love originals. It's so much hard work. There's so much that goes into it. The competition, the having to keep up with the Joneses in terms of.
There's a lot of competition.
There
yeah.
is, whether some of it friendly, some not so friendly.
Yeah.
But really, and I don't want to say it's the lazy way out, but we pride ourselves in replicating the songs as truest to form as we can.
Yeah.
So that is a challenge, and that's what I think drives me and the rest of the guys in the band.
Right.
To really replicate the albums and every band that we play, to sound more as close to the record as we can.
Yeah.
With the originals, I love it. It is a creative outlet. It's a way for me, as a lyricist, to express myself and to come up and show folks that I can have my own vocal melodies.
Right.
But it's no pressure with the Union Jack things. You know, there's no arguing about how, you know, the song is what it is.
Exactly.
You play it the way it is. So
Right.
we all gel really well.
Yeah. I mean, it just shows your vocal prowess with these songs that you have to pull off. Because let's talk about some of those singers, like you just said, you know, Dio, Halford, like some of those power voices. Are you ever like, how do you pick the song? You're like, I can do that one. Are there songs that are like, nope, I'm not even going to go there?
You know, there's a couple I'm not going to go there. Some of it, you know, it's just what I feel most comfortable. If I can pull it off, I'll do it.
Yeah.
There have been times, and then it's, you know, maybe a song that the guys really want to bring to the table.
Yeah.
And there's sort of the pressure to really rise to the challenge and pull it off. There have actually been a couple of songs where we came up, everybody was stoked. I would rehearse on my own, you know, without a PA, just dry. And I would come to the guys and say, I can't do it. But once we get into the PA and the adrenaline, you get the PAs going, and it's like, wow,
I can do that.
I can do that. So, you know, that really what comes down to, you know, I've always told them, as much as whether I or they want to do a particular song, if I don't feel I can do it justice, it doesn't look good for me or them. So
of course, right, yeah.
Try to be selective.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Right.
So obviously we're celebrating Halloween here.
Yes.
Did I tell you who I am already? Have I explained this mess? Since
No,
we're talking
you
about rock and
haven't.
roll. My husband immediately thought it was Heather Locklear. I'm actually Lita Ford.
Oh,
because she
sweet.
was an idol.
Yeah,
Idol
are
of
we gonna
mine.
do,
Kiss Me Deadly?
Forever?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, you don't want to hear that. No. So who are you today? You came dressed as?
A middle-aged rocker.
There you
Rock
go.
star, rocker. Whatever.
Except you don't look middle-aged at all, so
thank
that
you.
doesn't work. I hate to tell you your costume's not working.
Thank you. I'm sure my wife would beg to differ.
Yeah, of course, right? So what's next for Union Jack? What's next for you personally? How you feeling about the Bay Area rock and roll scene right now?
Union Jack, next up is we're playing a big Halloween show at the Elbow Room in San Francisco.
Yes.
That's going to be great. That's one of their, if not their final show, unfortunately, they're one
Yeah,
of the
they're
venues that are
closing.
shuttering.
We've talked
but,
about that, yeah.
But that's going to be a great show.
Awesome.
Closing out the year at December 29th, the House of Rock in Santa Rosa.
Oh,
That's going to
great.
be a great
That's
show.
a great venue. Okay, good.
That's a lot of fun.
Uh-huh.
Personally, you know, do this until I'm not having fun anymore.
Good answer. See what happens.
And see what happens. That's really it.
I love Union Jack and the Rippers. I
Thank you
love
so much.
seeing you. December, what was it, 29th? I'm going to try to make it.
December 29th, Santa Rosa House of Rock.
All
and
right.
Halloween night at the Elbow Room. And
Halloween night, actually Halloween night in a couple
on
days.
Halloween
Okay, that's
night.
great. All right, so where can everyone find you online?
On Facebook, we're Union Jack in the Rippers. That's an and percent, not and. So Union Jack in the Rippers on Facebook. That's really it. We try to keep it. We try to keep it lowbrow, grassroots.
Yes.
Grassroots.
Simplify it.
I just want to add something really quick. I don't want to belabor a statement that's already been made before by some of my very good friends in the business in the local scene, but I just really want to take it a moment to recognize what you do personally.
Oh, thank you.
As well as Baby Huey and the Bone overall. I mean, truly, without that outlet that connects everybody together, it really puts other bands in front of a larger audience.
Yeah.
You hear bands' names.
Yeah.
It generates interest.
Yes.
So the support that you guys do for the San Francisco Bay Area scene is unparalleled. Thank you very much.
It means a lot.
Thank
It
you.
really does. That's a passion of ours. It has been since I started my first local show in Oklahoma City when I was 19. So it's been a minute. So that's why I did Soundwaves TV with all these amazing people because, you know, I'm a little bit more restricted at the Bone. It's a corporate radio station after all. Here we're not restricted at all. So we can do what we want. We play what we want. We support who we want. And we definitely support you and all of the amazing musicians here in the Bay Area. So thank you for saying that. It means a lot to all of us. All right, you guys, we'll be back in just a couple. Union Jack and the Rippers, Uncle Dylan, check them out. You're watching Soundwaves TV.
Daddy,
Yes, honey?
I'm scared of the dark.
Don't be afraid, sweetie. We're just in the other room.
Okay.
Hey guys, Chasta here for Soundwaves TV and our Halloween spectacular. Lita Ford here, I guess I should say. Dennis, make sure you put that graphic down below so people know who I am. We're having so much fun here at Longboard Margarita Bar in Pacifica, doing our thing in all of our glory. Halloween is my absolute favorite day of the year. It is the best holiday in the entire world. So we're having a grand old time here at Longboard Margarita Bar celebrating. We've got, the devil in disguise. We've got Dennis, who I think is like an Axl Rose wannabe or something like that. And then, oh dear God. And then, are you serious? Am I supposed to not know who this is? The one and only Baby Huey. I couldn't,
What?
Stone Cold Steve Austin, I guess.
Give me a hell yeah.
There's
What?
There's no guessing who else. That's creepy. I didn't mean that, Steve Austin, you're not creepy. I did not mean it like that. I'm just, it's incredibly, can I just convincing?
You said you could touch that.
This guy is obsessed with wrestling. He's your favorite, right?
What?
Oh my God. Okay. That's got to be hot too. Oh Lord. Okay. There he is.
Hey, everybody.
Baby Huey. What a difference though. Can we just say babyface assassin, and then we've got this situation
Pretty much
happening.
Stone Cold represents everything that I'm not. A total manly man badass. That's why he's like my favorite wrestler.
That's why you look up to him so much.
I know.
I love that. This is very convincing. Where did you get this?
I actually got it at Halloween City in San
Halloween
Leandro.
City. There's a free plug for Halloween City. That is impressive.
But I want to thank Stone Cold himself for giving me the idea. Recently, he tweeted out a retweet from the Portland Trailblazers, and their best player, Damian Lillard, came into the arena before a game with the mask on, with the Austin 316.
So he wore his own mask.
And T-shirt, and a replica of Stone Cold Steve Austin's championship belt. I was like, oh, man,
wow.
That's awesome. And so for me, I was like, when you invited me, I was like, what should I wear? I always done Michael Myers and all these other costumes. I want to do something different, but we work in radio. I have a tight budget. So I was like, pretty much, I could just get a mask and what's something and I could just wear
and
my
you already
radio
own
clothes.
this.
Yes. So
obviously.
I was like, so thank you, Stone Cold himself, for putting it out there.
Yes,
so that's where I found the mask, and here I am.
Yeah, you look great.
That's the Texas rattlesnake.
Yeah.
There you go.
So Halloween, I love Halloween. I know that you love Halloween, but you have like a couple little beef with it, I guess.
Okay. Well, first off, is my hair okay?
Yes,
Sorry.
it is.
Wearing
Yeah.
the
Best hair. We call him best hair in radio. Now best hair in TV. I don't know if you can compete with all this, though. I'm just saying.
Personally, I really want to love Halloween. I like everything about it. Scary movies, candy, dressing up. But I do have some pet peeves about Halloween.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
I stay home. I turn all the lights off. And I buy a bunch of candy and eat it for myself. I do not give out candy.
Why don't you give out candy?
No, because I don't know about you. For years, when I did answer the door and give out candy, it was always a bunch of teenagers who literally throw on a jacket and a mask, and they have their bag, and it's like trick or treat. And you give them one candy, they get mad.
Yeah.
But on top of that, it's like, dude, you are a teenager.
Yeah.
You're not trick or treating anymore. I think what you hit.
What's the cutoff?
I would say maybe if you had definitely high school.
Yeah.
So 13, 14.
I think I stopped around 14.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that.
And then that's what else pissed me off. Back in the day for me, I used to go all out. My parents would make costumes for me.
Oh, mine too.
When I was I want to be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, my dad paper mached a shell on my back.
What?
My mom, I sat in the kitchen.
We need pictures. Do we have pictures around somewhere
I had
of
to
that?
find some. I sat in the kitchen for hours while my mom transformed me into a werewolf. Painted, glued on hair, painted on everything.
That's amazing.
All the years we would just go out and make our own costumes. I get pissed off when people come up and literally don't put no effort into their costume.
I agree with that. If you're not dressing up, you're not getting candy at my house. So you're telling me if Cody came up to your house, my son Cody, dressed up in his little Kermit the Frog outfit, you're not going to turn the light on and give him some candy?
Well, I don't want this lady with her big blonde wig coming after me. But for me... Son of
a God!
Mailbag.
Jesus!
Read this.
Holy, he's going to give me a
Give me a hell yeah.
before I get out of here. Good God, I'm like sweaty now. You know why? Because I keep expecting a clown. I've told these guys, you know.
Oh, yeah.
The clown thing is real with me. Like, truly, I need therapy. One time we were at the Bone, and I don't even remember who it was. It was some band that came in, and they were in clowns, and he saw what happened. Like, it's not even a joke. So I keep expecting, like, them to not listen to me.
Georgie?
And stop it. And do a clown.
I saw some great Pennywise mask earlier today.
Oh, God, no. All right, here's the mailbag question that almost gave me a heart attack. What horror movie is your guilty pleasure? Love Satan.
I mean, I love the original Halloween, Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Because I always saw myself in him as far as, I could pull off that costume, that look.
Right.
But, I mean, I always love Halloween. It was like that franchise, that launched the slasher movie franchise.
Right.
As far as big scary dude going around stabbing people and all that stuff. So I always loved Halloween movies.
Well, and you have the new Halloween in theaters right now that's really doing very well.
Yeah, it's killing at the box office right now. And so I'm just glad to see it back. I know Blumhouse Productions is trying to revive the franchise.
Yes.
So we'll see if they keep making more of them.
Right, absolutely.
I love Michael Myers. More Michael Myers all the time.
You're happy with that. Well, I'm not going to talk about my favorite. I'll explain my It situation. That's where the clowns came from. It, when I was a little girl, long story short, I had a TV about this big. It plugged into the wall, and I got 2 stations. So I'd watch Saturday Night Live. And this was illegally. My mom didn't know I did this. I had it under the bed, like under the covers. And so I watched it under the covers. So I watched Saturday Night Live one night, and then after Saturday Night Live, they played It. And so I didn't know what It was. And so I watched as much as I got through. And then you guys have to understand, my room at the time, I was like 5, was clowns. So I'm watching It underneath my sheets, and then I'm looking out over my sheets, and clowns are all just staring at me. So that's where it started, and it's been deep-seated ever since, like so many things with clowns. So I can't with clowns. So
Georgie?
Oh, God, stop it.
Georgie?
See, my pits are getting all sweaty now. God bless. I hate that. And you know better. He knows better. All right, you guys. We'll be back in just a little bit. I got to go put some more deodorant on.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Dress up. Put the effort in. Then I'll give you some candy.
Then go to his house and scare the crap out of him.
I might turn the lights on.
He might give you candy. We'll be right back.
Remember when we used to fantasize about them? Little green men, bulbous eyes and reptile skin. They seem so far away. They seem so harmless, didn't they? seem so harmless, didn't they? The aliens are here. They've been here all the time. The aliens are here. Running shit.
All right, you guys. Well, that is it for our season.
Yeah.
This episode and our season 1 has wrapped. Thank you so much for joining us. This was awesome.
But
Seriously.
much like James Bond, Soundwaves will return.
Yes.
This was just our first season. We got the training wheels off coming up now.
Yep.
We've kind of kicked the dirt off the tires and everything.
Yeah.
Next season is going to be bigger, better, awesome.
Yes, it
People
is.
are already freaking out. They're like, whoa, 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 what do you mean you're going to stop? Okay, here's what's going to happen. We're going to take a couple of weeks.
Yep.
We're going to get our act together. We're going into Soundwaves Christmas next. And that's our big, if you're new to the Soundwaves party, we do
Yeah.
a massive concert/awareness show. It's not a fundraiser, but we talk about awesome nonprofits, moving the needle, doing amazing stuff. We have phenomenal performances. And that's next. And so the next time you see us doing something new, we'll be hyping that. We'll be doing a live blast in December. It's going to be everywhere at once. You can't avoid this. And we'll be back in 2019. So just a thrill. Thank
my
you.
God.
You're always thanking us, but thank you
Thank you,
because
guys.
you believed in what we were doing.
I need a little, oh yeah, Satan kiss. There we go. Thank you guys for letting me do this.
So much fun.
Oh my God, this
Yeah.
has been a spectacular. Thank you guys for being here. We love you for it. We tell you that every week. It's true. Watch us on soundwavestv.com and all things Soundwaves TV on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and YouTube. It's not hard to find us. We love you guys. Mwah.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. And now it's time for me to eat your soul.
Ah!